2 or 3 years, maybe longer.
May I go in to see him, Doctor?
Well, he's sleeping.
I just want to look at him.
All right. Don't let him talk too much if he wakes up.
That you, kid?
Shh. You're not to talk.
The doc tell you?
Yes.
Well, we've been hit a pretty low blow.
I know.
Yeah, he wants me to go to Arizona. Listen, baby. Get a divorce.
Tom.
No, I mean it. I'm being objective, not noble. We've had the top of the bottle. Don't tie yourself to me.
Stop this nonsense, Tom. Stop it at once.
No, listen, don't let sentimentality trip you up. That's where most people go wrong. You have to be hard and a little bit ruthless. If I'd let sentimentality get in my way, I'd have taken a job instead of writing.
I'm not listening.
Well, you've got to listen, Maggie. I know you're thinking that I'll be alone in a sanitarium or something, but, kid, look, I've been alone most of my life, and I'm used to it. I never expected anything else. The times we've had together, well, that's just been so much gravy for me. I never...
It's been gravy for you, has it? Well, what about me? You're used to being alone. Do you think for 1 minute I could live without you? I couldn't. I'd die.
Powers of darkness, nameless fears. I give you Maggie.
And besides, that was a very hammy renunciation scene.
Except for one period. When was that?
During the war, he was ill. Tuberculosis.
Was he in a sanitarium?
Yes, in Tucson, Arizona.
And you?
Oh, I got a job at an Army air base near him. I was allowed to see him twice a month. One of the officers used to drive me to town.
Was this officer a friend?
Well, Maggie, this is the last time I'll be driving you to Tucson.
Spence, shipping out?
Uh-huh. My squadron leaves tomorrow.
Oh, Spence.
There's something I want to say to you. No, don't look at me. Look straight ahead. Maggie, I've been wondering if you know I'm in love with you. Very much in love with you.
Don't, Spence.
Can't help it. I'm not the suffer in silence type.
Spence,
I think
please.
I've been in love with you ever since I reported for duty here and first saw you in the colonel's office. Maggie, I'm going to make it short. I want you to get a divorce and marry me. We can be married by proxy no matter where they send me, and I'll be back someday.
No, Spence.
Face facts. They're brutal, but they must be faced. Your husband is an invalid. He's been in the sanitarium how long? 2 years? 3? He may be there 10 more, and where does that leave you? You see him only twice a month. You can't even kiss him.
No, Spence.
Sure?
Sure.
Well, that's that then. That's all the ammo in my clip. You know something? Sick as your husband is, and healthy as I am, if I could change places with him, I'd do it in a second. And I'd think I'd gotten the best of the bargain.
Was this officer a friend?
Oh, yes, a good friend.
How long was Tommy ill?
Almost 4 years.
When did he meet Felice Harrow?
Oh, that was after we came back.
That was a lucky break, wasn't it?
Maggie Felice was wonderful. She thought the book was the best she'd ever read by a modern writer, and she's willing to devote all of her time to getting it published. Maggie, she's just the sort of a literary agent I've been dreaming about.
Really? What's she like?
Felice, oh, I don't know. She's in her late 20s, I'd say. Smart as a whip, though. Lots of style. You know.
Pretty?
Oh, yes, sure. Enormously so. Maggie, I feel tremendously set up about this whole thing. Oh, I'd almost forgotten. I'm going to have dinner at her place. We're going to talk over some rewrites.
Oh, so?
Yeah. Well, now, mind you, I don't agree with all of them, but she's right about 2 or 3 of them. She's a smart girl. Look, pick out a tie for me, will you, huh, baby?
I'll wait up for you. I want to hear all about it.
No, you better not. I may be pretty late, and you know how I can talk when I have a new audience. I'm going to take a shower and a shave. Hey, look, do we have any money?
I have a $5 bill.
Oh, that's swell. We'll put it in my trousers. Hey, shall I take her some candy?
That might be nice.
Yeah. Well, look, if she calls, we'll tell her I'll be there in no time. Not to worry about it, huh?
Yes, I will.
That was a lucky break, wasn't it?
Yes, for both of them.
Very attractive, isn't she?
Yes, very.
I think personal appearance is so important, don't you?
Maggie, Maggie, you look awful.
I do?
Awful. Well, you used to be such a pretty girl, too. You ought to be spanked for letting yourself run to seed like this.
Oh, Nona, have I run to seed?
Well, I don't mean you're hobbling around in slippers and an old wrapper, but, well, you ought to look more chic. Look at the lines in your face. How old are you now, 31? Do you know how old you look?
No, how old?
31. That's disgraceful. Why, you should look at least 5 years younger than 31, and at 41 you should...
All right, you made your point.
Where's Tom this evening?
With Felice, I think.
He's seeing a lot of her, isn't he?
Why shouldn't he? She's his agent.
Of course. Any news on the book?
No, not yet, but Felice keeps trying.
I'll bet she does at that.
I think personal appearance is so important, don't you?
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
Did they accept the book for publication as soon as they read it?
No, the Colonial Press was a new outfit. They didn't have enough money.
That must have been a trying time.
It was. We had to raise $2,500.
Did you borrow from friends?
Nolan says for you to go right in, Mrs. Paget.
Thank you.
Maggie. Hello, Maggie.
Hello, Spence.
Maggie, Why didn't you write?
Oh, I kept in touch with you through the newspapers. Captain Nolan on this island, Major Nolan on that one. I kept in touch.
Did you really? Maggie, are you, is Tom...
Completely cured.
I see. And you and he are still...
Still married.
And in love? And in love?
Spence, look. I think Tom wants out. He hasn't said anything, but... Well, he's going to be a famous man, Spence, and I don't seem to fit into his life anymore. You know that line about successful writers and the women they happened to marry when they were young?
Who is she, Maggie?
Felice Harold, Tom's agent. She's young and smart and literary just as Tom is, and I'm sorry I didn't come here to let my heart out. I came to ask you for $2,500.
$2,500?
Yes, look, Spence, Felice can get Tom's book published if he can put up that amount, and he's worked so hard for so long. It's a wonderful
Shifting
book, and it
Sands.
deserves to be... What?
Shifting Sands. I've been aware of it ever since I got back into civilian life. Everyone changes. Nothing's the same as when you last saw it. $2,500? All right. I'll give you $2,500 on one condition. That you divorce Tom and marry me.
Divorce?
Now, don't stop to think. Quick, what do you say?
No.
Oh, I knew it. Did I say everyone changes? No, I take it back. Everyone except Maggie. Still a fighter, huh, Maggie?
Spence,
You want to know something? If you said yes, you'd come no closer to $2,500 of my dollars than any other stranger. But you're no stranger, are you? Still the Maggie I remembered. Wobbly on your feet. Still punching, huh?
Spence, you're...
Yeah, I'm the guy who's delighted to find one constant in a world of change. Maggie, I love you more than ever.
May I give you a kiss?
Well, that's the best offer I've had today.
Did you borrow from friends?
Something like that.
And so the book was published and the rest is history.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I guess that's about all. Didn't hurt, did it?
Well, I told you it wouldn't be very interesting.
Almost everything concerning a Pulitzer Prize winner is interesting. It'll make a paragraph anyway. I'm terribly glad for Tommy and Felice. There aren't two nicer people in the literary game. Tommy's so good-looking. Mrs. Paget, may I say something?
Yes?
Well, if I were you and had a husband as attractive as Tommy... Oh, never mind. It's none of my business. Shall we go back to the party?
I'd like to stay here for a moment, if you don't mind. I want to fix my hair.
See you soon.
You used to be such a pretty girl.
Felice is wonderful, smart as a whip, lots of style.
How old are you now? 31? You used to be such a pretty girl.
I'm having dinner with Felice. Don't wait up for me.
You used to be such a pretty girl.
You mustn't let sentimentality trip you up. That's where most people go wrong. You have to be hard.
You used to be such a pretty girl.
Maggie? Hey, what is it, baby? What's happened?
I was just looking in the mirror, and I found a gray hair. Oh, Tom. Tom, I'm not young and pretty anymore. I'm not, am I, Tom?
No, Maggie. You're not pretty anymore. Merely beautiful.
No.
face is beginning to line. There's a line between your eyebrows that wasn't there when we first got married. There's one I saw form when my first book was rejected. Here's another that was etched in while I was sick. Oh, there's several lines, to say nothing of that one gray hair. Maggie, you imbecile. I didn't marry you because you were pretty. There are thousands and thousands of pretty girls. You see them in the ads or gallivanting about in movies. Chorus lines and colleges are filled with them. Felice is a pretty girl, but you're beautiful. All the loveliness I saw deep down inside of you when we first met is pushing its way out. I say you're beautiful. Maybe I'm prejudiced, but you see, I happen to be in love with you. There now. Come on, blow. Now take my hand. Squeeze it. Squeeze hard, kid. You ready, Maggie?
Ready, Tom.
This is Donald Crisp speaking again, and thanking Van Heflin and Margaret Sullivan for such delightful performances. You know, if we could all have one wish, and that wish could be granted, I wonder what we would wish for. Happiness, probably. Of course, you'll always find people who say that it's pretty hard nowadays to have a happy family. It must be hard. Look at all the divorces. And it's pretty hard to bring up boys and girls we can be proud of. Look at all the cases of delinquency. No argument. Certainly it's hard to maintain a happy family. Certainly it's hard to bring up children properly. As a matter of fact, the job's apt to be too hard for even the best of parents. But you don't have to do it alone. You can get help. The most powerful help a man can ask for. But remember, you've got to ask for it. Ask and ye shall receive. Yes, ask God for His help. Pray. Pray with your children that God will help your family. You are never so unimportant that God won't listen and help you. Don't forget this. A family that prays together stays together. You'll never know how much prayer will do until you say one. Why not say one tonight? Before saying good night, I want to express our thanks to all of you who have helped make this program possible. Thanks also to Fred Mackay for directing our play tonight. To our producer, Bob Longnecker. Next week, our stars on the Family Theater will be Robert Young, Roddy McDowell, and J. Carroll Nash. This is Donald Crisp saying good night all.
This series of the Family Theater is made possible by the thousands of you who felt the need for this kind of program, by the Mutual Network, which has responded to this need, and by the actors and technicians in the motion picture and radio industries who have volunteered their services to fulfill it. This program is heard overseas through the facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.